in October of 2023, we found out that we were pregnant, and we went to an early ultrasound and got a huge surprise that we have 2 babies on the way. We had another one in December, and that's when they saw that there was something not looking quite right with baby B at that point. So his bladder was really big. It almost looked like a balloon. And they saw it wasn't really emptying. And they were pretty concerned about that because that could be really serious.
Yeah.
So at that point, we got referred to the Children's Hospital in Philadelphia.
That's where they basically laid out what we think. We think one of the babies, he has his urinary tract is blocked, and that's why his bladder looks so large. And basically, we think this is a full blockage, and that we believe that his bladder is just going to continue to grow until it eventually would end his life. And the best option that they could give us, in their opinion, the best option statistically was to say, well, you could selectively terminate or end one twin's life in order to protect the other twin or give a better outcome to the other twin, which was incredibly jarring and hard to hear. You go from being like excited to tell your family, hey, we're having twins, to like, I don't know, are we having twins, or are we having one baby? Are we having any babies? You know, just as you're looking at uncertain medical diagnosis. We immediately reached out to the elders. Hey, could we come and you could anoint Megan and pray for her as a response of faith to go, all right, God, we've got our diagnosis, but now we know we need to turn to you and see what you're going to do.
So in all of our doctor appointments, they're just baby A, baby B. And I got to the point where I really wanted names for them, to like pray for them by name. I was landing on Tobin and Simeon. Tobin means God is good, and Simeon means God hears or God is heard. In some ways it felt ordinary, but it also felt like a God moment.
Because in your mind you can go, is this just baby A and baby B that never will live? Or like, but to name them, was an act of faith. And in fact, I was able to text Kevin back after the elders prayed for us, say, oh, by the way, this is their names and this is their meanings. So our next appointment, when we went back to Philadelphia for follow-up ultrasounds, there was noticeable difference in his bladder size, where before they would have said, this is a blockage, this is going to get worse. Their response was, well, I guess maybe it wasn't a full blockage, or, because the bladder is smaller. So, things are working. There are still a lot of questions and a lot of unknowns and, continued months and months of appointments. But just from that moment, you go, okay, God is with us. The twins are doing well. Tobin has almost like no health concerns at all. And Simeon has been through a lot of surgeries, but he's doing very well. So this is Simeon.
This is Tobin. Jesus is my rock.
Jesus is good, and Jesus hears us. That's actually Simeon and Tobin's names. Jesus is good, and Jesus hears.